Very excited about the challenge this week. We've got a really good team coming in. Obviously, everybody's chasing them. And, when you look at their defense, extremely well coached, very multiple, got some really good players at all three levels, and they play with a great level of cohesion and coverage, really in every phase. So we're really excited about it. And we got a good day yesterday, and we had some things to clean up today, as we always do, and then moving on to some situational stuff. So any questions?
Did you feel like you learned anything significant from the way the game went against the Steelers that you're trying to apply this week that obviously you can share?
Well, I think we all learned quite a bit, like we do every week, really. I think that game started out exactly the way we wanted it to, kind of had things going the way we wanted it to under the circumstances, and then we just, we didn't execute. We got to coach better. We got to play better, and finish these games off. Guys go down. That's part of football, and it's next man up, and we got to go.
The rushing yard kind of drop off. Like you credit that to just playing a good defensive line, or were there breakdowns plus the injuries? Like what do you credit that to?
I mean, it's a combination of things. I think we didn't stay on the field once the second quarter ended, so you can't have rushing opportunities. We had too many negative plays on early downs, which led to third and forever type situations, which you're always trying to avoid, which again leads to less opportunities. So that's the biggest reason, really. Against a defense like that, there's going to be some tough runs, and you'll pop a few, and then you hope to sustain throughout the game. But in that game, we just didn't give ourselves enough opportunities, didn't give ourselves a chance. So as far as technique or scheme or this or that, I think it all gets evaluated all the time.
That front is obviously really good. The Steelers talking about.
Yeah.
We got guys in the interior. Guys got Watt. I know Heisman got injured, but even before that, Watt's playing well. So going up against a talented front like that, just outside of like scheme and how it runs and the results and all that, how did you feel about like the physicality that your O-line showed before the injuries against like a front of that talented?
Yeah, I thought we were doing very well at times. And they won a few plays too, and that's what's going to happen. That's the NFL. But our guys were battling hard. I felt like we made some improvements, but the problem was at times it was a guy here, a guy there, one thing here, one thing there against really good fronts. That's not that's not going to get it done. But things changed as that game went on, and it was what it was. But it was a great learning opportunity, and I thought we all got a great chance to look at it, learn from it, and move on.
As far as the rotations after Rashawn got hurt, it was that end of the first half, he missed like 3 plays, obviously trying to come back out and play that one series. The next drive, you guys had Jamari at left tackle to start, and Trey stayed at right guard. There was a play, and then you guys made a switch. So was the plan, as far as who was going to replace Rashawn, initially going to be Jamari, and then you guys adjusted after that play, or was Trey supposed to be that tackle, and then you were going to move Jamari to right guard? What was the plan?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a plan, and we adjusted it quickly, and I think those guys, they got to be prepared to play multiple spots. So, I thought the plan got adjusted quickly and executed from there.
Greg, how much of a jigsaw puzzle is it with an offensive line during a game and during the week? Because I know some of the coaches and OCs just like making one change instead of shifting the guy to another spot and that impacting 2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big thing, and it's something that we all have to be prepared for. It's just a fact. It's a fact of this league that you've got to be ready to make those adjustments when unforeseen things happen, like that, which was pretty remarkable. I think only one other time I can remember back in 2006 where something of that ilk took place, and it was all hands on deck. And back then, I think we only had 7 linemen dressed, and we lost 2 on the first series, so you're down to 5. So it can be that's something you got to be prepared for. That's why you got to move people around. You got to practice guys at different spots, and the more you can sustain that cohesive continuity, the better. But we all know that's not always going to be that way. So next man up, and let's go. Let's go to work.
So with Trey now, is how that game finished up with him at tackle, is that an indication of, okay, if Joe and Rashawn can't go, that he would play tackle, or is there a thought to trying to keep your interior intact and then foster Alex intact?
I definitely think all those options are in play, and we'll see how things progress this week. But we have full confidence in all these guys at any position we put them at. So we're really excited about attacking this week, and we'll see how that unfolds. But to your point, there are multiple options.
Jim talked when you guys got Taylor about game planning and coaching the quarterbacks different, Justin, from everyone else. Just last week and this week, what's it been like game planning or putting stuff together because of Justin's injury and the real possibility that, Taylor or Easton could get
it's definitely, when that happens, it definitely adds another layer. But, we're fully capable of dealing with that. We understand that's part of it. You try to think ahead. Hey, if this happens, let's have some stuff ready. You organize that, which we had weeks ago, really. And you integrate it into the game plan, but it might not get called unless he's in, or the other stuff might get called if only he's in, that kind of thing. But you don't make a big deal about it. It's just reality. You got to be ready. But you always want to tailor things and streamline things to your quarterback.
Where is Taylor at in terms of picking up?
He's coming along really well. He's done a great job picking this stuff up quick. Really savvy guy. He worked. He was burning the midnight oil. He was drinking truck stop coffee to stay up, to get caught up. You know what I mean? So hats off to him. Real pro.
How do you see that quarterback room kind of work together? There's a little bit of uncertainty. We don't know who's going to be going in, when they're going in, but whoever does go in, the other guys have to be supportive.
Oh, yeah, they work great together. Teamwork like you wouldn't believe. Supportive of one another. And like last week was a great example. Multiple plans were in effect. You guys were at practice. We had certain guys taking reps, Easton taking reps, that kind of thing. So those guys do a great job working together, communicating, comparing notes. Really good relationship there, really good communication. So very, very good stuff.
How important is that veteran impact? Like Taylor's been doing this backup thing pretty much everywhere in the league. So just how important is that kind of like humble mentality in that specific position that he has?
I think it's good. I think Taylor brings a wealth of experience, and he knows how to handle himself. He's got a really good feel for the room and how to interact with it. You know what I mean? He's got a great sense of that. So he's seen a lot of football, like you said, and been a lot of different places, done things a lot of different ways. So he's been great in that regard.
You guys obviously gave Joe Alt quite a bit of help on Sunday against TJ. How did you feel like he did in the context of sort of the protection plan that you guys had?
Yeah, I think Joe did good. We just got to execute the plan better. There were some things that happened as far as the plan itself, a couple things here and there, and against a really good front like that, you got to be on. So, but really like where Joe's at in his progression, and I think the stratosphere is the limit for him, for sure.
And when you say the plan, you mean like how it was devised during the week, or how it was like there was a mistake in how it was?
Yeah, there was a few things that came up that kind of maybe weakened our protection at certain points. So we got to do a better job of coaching that, and we got to do a better job of emphasizing those things, just so that doesn't happen on game day.
Being with the O-line with Foster, we saw him in guard and tackle in preseason. How much will that versatility potentially help him be at the play on Sunday?
Yeah, that's a big reason he's got so much value, and he's got to be able to do both, and really ambidextrously as well. Both sides. So, but he's done a really nice job with that. Really smart guy, really adaptable guy. Yep.
The offensive line gone against some really good interior linemen, defensive linemen so far. With Chris Jones, was kind of the preparation, like knowing he can pretty much go on every spot on the line.
Yeah, Chris Jones is a very unique player, unbelievable skill. He's been doing it for a long time at an incredibly high level, and we have tons of respect for that. And yes, he can line up anywhere. He'll just walk around and pick a spot sometimes and say, I'm going here. So you got to be ready for him to be anywhere. He could walk around as a linebacker. He's done that as well. And, that guy is a force to be reckoned with. Turn on the tape and it just jumps off. We all know it. So, extra care must be taken.
He's a guy that has a tendency to make his biggest plays late in games.
He does.
Is that something you sort of emphasized with the front, with the O-line this week? Some of them know it because they played against him on Zion, but just that he tends to turn it on.
Yeah, I mean, he plays good the whole game, so we better be ready the whole game. Every time that ball's snapped, we got to be ready. And then you do know that there are some players that understand the situation and maybe kick it into a fifth gear, so you got to be ready to at all times to do that. Every play is important, though. Every play leads to the next, so every play is really important.
Steve Spagnuolo, what does he do that puts stresses on a protection plan and on the front?
I mean, he puts pressure on everything. I mean, he wants, he does a great job of mixing things up. It's definitely the wheel of fortune. I mean, he's going to mix things up really well throughout the game and bring all different types of pressures. Definitely there's a lot of multiplicity there, and he can play as simple as he wants to at times too. So if you're saying, "Oh man, they're bringing a blitz here," then all of a sudden there's 8 guys in coverage, and then the next play there's a blitz, and there's zone, there's man. So he does a great job of mixing up. He's a great coach.
So you're saying he's a Patsy Jack of
No. He's a great coach.
Just as far as the Chiefs and generating pressure, because the next gen stats have them like 5th or 6th worst in terms of generating pressure on quarterbacks. Are they getting consistent pressure on the quarterbacks, at least what you've seen the first 3 games?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're getting really good pressure. With Chris Jones, he can get pressure on any play with a 3-man rush. But they pick their spots too. I think they have different approaches to different players where they might not necessarily want to, go attack him and leave scramble lanes open, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? They're going to try to more cage rush and press the blocks, try to build a cage. So I think those can be misleading, those stats sometimes. Yeah, this is a very, very dangerous pass rush team, whether it's blitz or not.
What have you thought of Quentin 3 weeks in? Looked like you guys took advantage of, I don't know if there was a coverage breakdown with Minka there on the TV or stuff, but...
No, that wasn't a breakdown. It was just really good execution by Justin and Q being in the right spot. So yeah, he's coming along. I mean, we're excited about him week in, week out. Said it when I first got here. He's got immense talent, and it's great to see him starting to tap into it and realize it. So we expect nothing but that, and we just got to keep getting better.
Is he making that Watkins-like progression?
Yeah, he is. He sure is. Let's keep it going.